Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's bird and final video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's final video. Day 10 will take us to the 6th of September and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with the GFS and ECM ensembles. Maybe I'm trying to good weeks. Have a look at CFSB2 for the next 4 weeks at the end of the video. Gets us into the second half of September, and I shall get on that for you in a moment. Just say that first. The video release today was our 6 AM UK weather forecast, and we've also released the extended European outlook as well. Please check out those two bits and like, share and subscribe on all of today's videos and content. Thank you so much everyone for doing that. For GavsWeatherVids, thank you so much everyone. And I'm very sorry about what happened on Sunday evening with the live stream. So if anyone was on the live stream on Sunday evening, it all turned into a little bit of a disaster, to say the least. I started the stream feeling okay, and as I spoke, the more I went along, my throat just got tighter and tighter. So in the end, after about 4 or 5 minutes, I had to stop the live stream and abandon it. And it was quite a moment, I think, for both me and people that were on the live stream at the time watching it. A bit of a worrying moment. I'm fine. I'm a little bit unsure about what actually happened with the throat, but I'm going to get checked out, and make sure everything's okay there. But I'm hoping to do another live stream tomorrow. So try and do everything we were going to do in the live stream on Sunday, on Wednesday. So I shall let everybody know tomorrow whether we are going to be live streaming. But fingers crossed, we'll be doing a live stream tomorrow at about 6 PM. And we'll live stream our 10 to 14 day and include some long range and have a chat about the autumn forecast maybe. So hopefully we'll be live tomorrow 6 PM, but I will confirm that tomorrow. And once again, very, very sorry, about everything that went on Sunday. Very, very dramatic moment, wasn't it? So very sorry about that, everyone. Okay, let's start the video then. We're going to begin with searching temperature. The CT is now sitting at 17.1, that's 1.3 degrees above the 61 to 1990 average daily per visual to yesterday, to the 26th of August. Can we hold in the 17s for this August, or will we tick down into the upper 16s? We shall see. I think we might just about hold on 17.0, but it's going to be quite a close run thing, I think, and we'll come down to, the next few days. So, sorry everyone, these are the 500 millibar high-tonic flow chart at Penn State University. We've got the ECM at WF on the top, and the GFS is down here on the bottom. So 500 millibars, 80 past feet, is an area in the atmosphere. High pressure and low pressure are being moved around by the jet stream running above. Red and orange extrapolates to above average height, which is high pressure. Blue to below average heights, which is low pressure. So the ECM in the 7 to 10 day time frame has a large area of above average heights, high pressure, sitting to west of the UK and Ireland out into the Atlantic. And so that brings a lot of dry weather with it, but we would have some cooler conditions at times with wind coming in from the northwest there. So probably not particularly warm, but I think there will be quite a bit of dry weather on offer. Now the GFS takes that high pressure even further away from us though, into the centre of the North Atlantic. And again, trough could be coming in through here, actually. So more of a northwesterly flow and probably a slight trough of low pressure as well, digging down through the West of Europe. So not only is that cooler, that could actually be a little bit on the unsettled side as well. Not exactly the warm and dry, or, potentially hot and dry first week of September that we have been envisaging. Though we might be having quite a serious wobble here on this warm and dry start to September, or first week of September. These were GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. We're at London today. The red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for London. We're starting off above average up the moment. We find the upper air temperature ticking down a little bit when we get towards the end of the week. Then they lift back up again into the start of September. Then we have a lot of scatter though, so beyond sort of the opening day or two, September, where it does look quite warm, lots of scatter. We've got the warm ensemble members up here, we've got much colder ensemble members, or cooler ensemble members down there, including the GFS operation role, which is this big green line that goes from quite warm to quite cool. There is a bit of uncertainty now as we're looking ahead through the first week, 10 days of September, just what is going to happen. Precipitation wise, we have quite a lot of dry weather over the next few days. It looks like the first week of September might start to turn a bit more unsettled though as well. So there are some precipitation spikes there. And then that's for London. So if we're looking at areas further north and west, then it will probably be even more unsettled than that. So quite a bit of uncertainty here as we're looking out to the first week of September. It doesn't look like a straightforward scenario with, high pressure parking itself over to the east of the country, such as it looked a couple of days ago. Temperature anomalies from the 27th of August, 4th of September, a little bit above average for England and Wales, near normal for Scotland and Ireland. Precipitation anomalies from the 27th of August, 4th of September, drier than average, especially for England and Wales. Latest wind program map from earth.nullschool.net shows that low pressure is sitting to the northwest of the UK and Ireland in the North Atlantic, and there's actually a weather system out to the north and the west today, but at the same time high pressure is building to the south and to the east, or at least trying to. Right, well, that takes us nicely into the chart data. We saw the latest UK Met Euro run, looking for midnight on Friday. A nice ridge of high pressure building up from southwest, bringing quite a lot of dry and warm weather. With that turned into an area of high pressure for Saturday. That looks very nice and straightforward. Sunday, bringing in this very warm easterly flow, bit of a thundery trough sitting over France, and that trough gradually starts easing its way northwards then through the beginning of next week. So very warm, possibly locally quite hot in the southeast early next week, but we might see some heavy showers and thunderstorms breaking out with that. Icon, it shows that we've got a ridge building up from southwest again on Friday. Turns into an area of high pressure Saturday and Sunday. The weekend looking mostly dry and warm. Early next week, there's some sort of thundery low that's sitting around the south and the southeast, and by the end of the Icon run, which gets us to midday next Tuesday, 3rd of September, possibly signs of a cold front coming southeastwards would introduce cooler and fresher air and turn the wind into a northwesterly behind it. This is how the KMA is looking. So again, we get that nice area of high pressure over the weekend. It does look as though the weekend will have a lot of dry and very warm weather associated with it. But as we go on into next week, well, the KMA keeps the high pressure going actually. So much more encouraging from a high pressure perspective with the KMA compared to some of the other model output today. The KMA keep things mostly dry and potentially very warm through the first week of September there. A little bit unusual for the KMA because I think it is slightly more prone to being unsettled usually. Though, the KMA looking high and dry through the first week of September there. Well, this is how the GFS midnight run is looking. Now, we know it's going to pull the heights into the Atlantic by sort of the 7 to 10 day time frame. Let's see what happens. So we start off on Friday again, which is high pressure building in the Atlantic, and that turns into an area of high pressure through the weekend. Should bring a lot of dry and warm weather. But early next week, we start to see the high pressure weakening. Notice heights pulling out into the Atlantic, and we start dropping in this trough here. So we've got a layer around Iceland, and we start sending some of that energy down in the northwest southeasterly trajectory. Even teeth in Gav. We finish up, don't finish up, but by day 10, we're like in this northwesterly flow with a little area of low pressure over to the east. So looking cool and showery there by day 10, 6th of September with the GFS midnight run. And then more low pressure actually starts sinking in as we go into very extended range. So quite a cool and unsettled GFS. Where did all the high pressure go? GFS really doing a flip-flop there with a midnight run. What about the 6 then? Let's have a look. Again, high pressure reaches up from the southwest on Friday. Turns into an area of high pressure for Saturday and Sunday. Notice within that, though, there's some sort of trough sitting over Scandinavia. So the high pressure, I think what's going on here with the GFS anyway, is that high pressure isn't building as strongly and isn't as stable as it looked like it would be a couple of days ago. Within the centre of what should be the high pressure, there seems to be some sort of trough sitting over Scandinavia, which is slightly bizarre. But anyway, the upshot is, again, the GFS 6Z also has much more influence from the Atlantic through next week, with this trough dropping in from the northwest. So rather cool and showery, actually, next week. Not the very warm, potentially hot and dry week we was expecting for the first week of September a couple of days ago. Actually just cool and unsettled, maybe quite wet and chilly by around days 8, 9 and 10. Beyond that, high pressure then starts trying to reach back in the Atlantic, but generally is centred just to the west of the country. You finish up with low pressure coming back into north, so more settled in the extended range of the GFS 6Z compared to the midnight run, but there is definitely a wobble going on within the GFS output anyway, in terms of the weather for next week. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks so much to everyone for doing that. Drop a comment, let's know about this and all of our videos and content, and don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids. Get them to subscribe too. We thank you so much, everyone, for doing that. We've put around 40 subscribers to get ourselves to 18.7k. So if you could give us a sub, that'd be amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. GM, again, high pressure reaching up southwest on Saturday, turns into a nice area of high pressure for the weekend, mostly dry and warm. Maybe some sort of thundery trough here through the beginning of next week, but then high pressure comes back. Excuse me, high pressure comes back strongly there through days 8, 9, and 10. So with the GM, no problem. It's all plain sailing, and the scenario at day 10, Friday 6th of September, has us under a big area of high pressure, mostly dry, fine, and very warm with that. And then the ECM once more, with that high pressure reaching up from the southwest, bringing a lot of dry weather into the weekend, mostly dry and warm or very warm conditions. Start of next week, winds turning to more of a westerly, begins to turn a little bit more showery, and the high pressure generally centred just to our west through next week, meaning that we keep wind in from northwesterly direction. And we stay on the cool side of the ridge through next week, so certainly not a heat wave, but would have a lot of dry weather. It's not as unsettled as the GFS is, but overall, I think we are wobbling slightly here with this. Right, let's have a look at the precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from TheVegShow.com. Why not do that? So at the moment, we've got some quite wet weather in the north and west. That'll be coming down into Wales and the Midlands through this evening and overnight, bringing some showers with it. Tomorrow brings a lot of dry weather and should be relatively fine too. And then high pressure takes over, bring loads of dry weather till we get to the end of next weekend, and then some thundery showers start coming up from the south maybe. After that, we turn wind into west, mostly dry, but some showers in the northwest and down the east coast as well. With wind coming in from the northwest, temperature will be doing a little bit of a drop as well. These are the odds on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office. Gets us to the 6th of September. 16 members of the ECM ensembles with high pressure over and to west of the coast. Not dry weather, but we are on the cool side of a ridge with that. So a little bit on the cool side, but a lot of dry weather. We've got 15 including the operational run. Again, high pressure over and to the west of the country. Winds coming in more of a northwesterly direction. That could be a little bit on the cool side as well. We've got 10 with high pressure just to the north of the country. That should be warmer. We'll bring the wind in from an east or south-east direction, but with the trough to the southwest, there might be the risk of some heavy showers and thunderstorms. And then we've got 10 with a trough of low pressure over the country. So that's going in the same direction as the GFS operations, really pulling the heights out into the Atlantic and sending a trough down into the country, so that is going to be cool and rather unsettled there at day 10 with that particular option. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we've got. It gets us to the 11th of September. So 13 members of the ECM ensembles there with high pressure over and to the north of the country. Should be mostly dry, quite warm. Winds will be coming in from the east. We've got 12 with high pressure more to the northwest, troughing over Scandinavia. That will bring the wind in perhaps more from a northerly direction or northeasterly. So a lot of dry weather with that, but could be a bit cool. We've got 10 with a mid-Atlantic ridge heading up towards Greenland, and a trough is to the north and the east of the country. That looks rather cool and showery. We have got 9 though with high pressure to the east and also to the north, some sort of low out to the west, and that will probably bring the wind up from the south, so that could be quite warm conversely. And 7 then with high pressure just out to west of the country, and the wind coming in from northwest, so mostly dry, but on the cool side of the ridge, so it could be a little bit on the cool side with that. Lots of options. Most of them involve high pressure in one form or another, but where the high pressure is sitting at both days 10 and 14 will be, the significant and critical factor. CFS finally meets a 500 millibar high zones, broken down to week periods. The first week period takes from the 27th of August, 2nd of September. High pressure is to the east of the northeast. Around that, we bring in the wind from an east or a southeast direction. It should be mostly dry and warm or very warm for week 1. Week 2 is going to be the 3rd through to the 9th of September, with high pressure again over and straight to the north of the country, low pressure down towards Spain. Again, it should be a lot of dry and warm, or excuse me, very warm weather, and the low to the southwest could bring some sort of thundery scenario into the south. Week 3 will be the 10th to the 16th of September with high pressure in the Atlantic, lower pressure across the west of Europe. So that might turn a bit more unsettled actually and cooler around the middle part of September. And then week 4 will be the 17th to 23rd of September with high pressure just to the south and southwest, lower pressure way to the north and the northwest. So again, that brings quite a bit of dry weather, particularly to the south, and lifts the temperature back up again. So overall, with CFS looking quite anticyclonic, to be honest, for September, except for that little interruption around week 3 anyway. But with chopping and changing going on with the short range model output within the next few days, I think we need to stay cautious about. Oh dear, the camera's gone blurred. Hang on. I think we need to stay cautious, about possibilities through weeks 2, 3 of September. Whatnot, no, the camera's still blurred. What's wrong with that? Oh dear. Well, we'll end the video there anyway. Thankfully, we are at the end of the video. So, we'll end it there. Sorry about the blurred camera, everybody. So, if you enjoyed the video, though, please like, share, subscribe, and search for doing that. Try to go on the 6M UK weather forecast. That's now. Let everybody know tomorrow whether we're going to do a video upload for 10 to 14 day or whether we'll be live. I want to do a live tomorrow to make up what happened on Sunday. So, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be going live with our 10 to 14 day tomorrow at about 6 PM. I'll let everybody know on the socials and whatnot, though, before that. You enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and for this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.